everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. It's my pleasure, as always. This show is very exciting for me because I get to have a conversation with somebody who's very dear and close to me, as well as someone who's really smart and getting out of his shell, and he's helping so many people, and he's here to help us. And I want to welcome everyone else who's joining us right now. Please do send us some love and support, and I truly appreciate it. And catch us on the replay. Definitely so. This is the experiential moment. My name is Dianne Ojar. I have Alan Luke with us. And Alan, please introduce yourself, and then I introduce myself.
Absolutely. Thank you, Diane,
Welcome.
for this chat today. So I know we're gonna be chatting about digital marketing. That's one of a very great topic to my heart. So a quick introduction about myself. My name is Alan. I am a digital marketer, and I've been doing digital marketing for a number of years now. And I got into knowing Deanne for quite some time actually, right? So we didn't know each other before, but it was a coincidence through Facebook and social media, right? And then we connected, and now I'm awakened my spiritual journey, and now we start working together on different projects. We did a intensive, helping training entrepreneurs to find their own self, to find their own passion, and then translating that passion to profit. And we had a great cohort with a number of students, and they had immense transformation where they were able to take an idea that they have and then really put that into action. And the most important thing is they had an action plan with them, and they know what to do to start that business that they've always desired of and dreamed about. So yeah, so we love working with entrepreneurs. Those who are watching right now, if you have a business already, or you don't, or right now you have an idea, a passion in your heart, we can help you really get clarity and really able to magnify that idea into actionable steps for you to find your best client, and then be able to um, make money off that, but in a way that is ethical, because you're also providing massive value to that client and customer yourself. So yeah, so thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Um, and my name, I was going to say something else, but wait a moment. And my name is Dianne Ojar. Most of you people know me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being with us again. And I am the experiential coach because we do things on the experiential level. Like you see, we have so many shows happening. We just don't do it small, we do it big. And we do the fireworks. And we want to share that fireworks with you. My background, of course, is in media. First, it was financial as well. One of the major banks for like 18 years. And then I did my new legacy programming because I wanted to find out who I am, who I was, and where I was going with all of this as well. But I knew there was something different. I always knew I had to help business owners. I've been helping business owners for quite some time. Would it be traditional? Would it be on the holistic side? I mean, what we're doing, we're combining those parts now, and we're going to be talking about soul marketing. We're going to be talking about digital marketing. We're going to be talking about visibility. We're going to be talking about all these things to help you now implement that into your business. So the experiential moment is really about, yes, you have to work from the inside to the outside. I have that as well, that those programs where we can help you. That's the first step to begin with, is to help you from working from the inside before you can even go out on the outside and to the world. Build that confidence, that self-esteem. And we have different programs and shows that helps us. And we're going to have another show later we will be launching about the self-esteem and self-confidence. And everything has to look sexy. And I believe that strongly, Alan. You know this because it's attractiveness. It has to
Hmm.
attract the other person. And this is what people, so I want people to use the word, because once you believe in that, so many things changes. I change. I can't even begin to explain that to you. So
Absolutely.
Alan, let's not waste time. Let's talk about, what is digital marketing?
Yeah. um, Digital marketing is such a wide topic, right? So when we anything we do online, most businesses, they're offline. You're used to that, the brick and mortar. You would go into a local flower shop, a local restaurant. You go in there, you pay cash, you pay, you make a transaction, and then you would receive that goods or services, right? But now we're talking about how to transition businesses, rather is from local businesses where they're now moving online, or a lot of entrepreneur now, like you and I, one person, could be even starting a business online right now, right? So there's so many different kind of businesses that you can do online. You can do, e-commerce, right? You can go and sell things on Amazon, so where you would buy something, from a supplier for cheap, and then you would resell it on Amazon. You can resell it on eBay. You can open up your own e-commerce store, like I mentioned. But I believe those who are watching right now, the market, the business that we're talking about, most likely, is all about you as the expert, right? So rather you are a coach, you have a skill that you want to teach somebody, or rather you are very knowledgeable in nutrition, and you are a nutritional coach, right? You're a weight loss coach, and you want to actually transfer that skill set, right? Teach somebody, right? Whether students, clients, right? Or you're an author, you have a book, but how do you market it online? Or you are a healer, right? A transformation coach, right? That you want to help others transform, right? So we're talking about as a solopreneur, where you have an idea, where you have a skill, but now you want to market it to a specific target audience, right? So there are a few steps that we have been using, just like Dianne and I, for Dianne, the experiential coach, and for myself as well. So there's a few steps that we can break it down. So the first step is actually creating what we call a landing page, right? So a landing page is a little bit different than your traditional website. So, a traditional website is, you have a home tab, about us, contact us, services. There's a lot of information, right? You go there and you consuming information, and if you feel there's a connection, you would give, that business or that person a call, right? But a landing page is entirely different. A landing page is, you would be offering something of interest to your target market, right? And the whole goal is to be collecting email. Okay, so that's the whole point of a landing page, or we call it an opt-in page, right? So you could be offering a gift, right? It could be a free report that you're offering. It could be a free masterclass that you're offering. And the whole point for this landing page or opt-in page is so that you are collecting the email address. You're giving people this free, 5-step process to lose weight, right? Or 3 ways to transform procrastination, right? Or you know uh, or 2 powerful steps to become more happier. So, and then that could be a free gift that you're giving away, could be a free report or free video in exchange for uh, an email address, right? So that's the first landing page. And then once people put in their email address, then they get transferred to what we call a thank you page. So a thank you page is where, thank you for subscribing, and here's the report, right? Here's the free video, right? So we have a very simple system. And then if you are a healer, or a coach, then underneath that thank you page, you can say something like, I hope you enjoy this free report or this free video. Um, and if you find value in it, please go ahead and book a free complimentary session with me, so we can get into a deeper conversation and see how we can help you. So we have a very simple process. It's really just giving away a gift, thanking them, and then the next action step is to book a session with them, right? If you're not selling any course, anything like that, it's a very simple process.
Thank you for that. So let's break that down even more. And thank you guys for everyone who's listening right now and joining us. Please catch it on the replay as well and share this. We have those pages. We have websites, we have landing pages. We're working on another website. We always work on landing pages. One of the things I noticed about our traditional website, which is the more
Mm,
expensive websites, which I had my developer design, those a little bit more costly when you want to go and change or update information from time to time, right? Because you're not a coder. I honestly, I'm not here to disrespect anybody who would use different platforms, but there's certain platform you have to be very cautious of because you can't really transfer the information to another permanent website. So you got to be very careful because they're not compatible, and the free site sometimes is not always the best. So we've had clients and students who've used that, and after 6 months of work, they had problems, and we banned them from the platform or the website.
mm.
So and they had to get a little bit less. Well, they didn't pay that much for the other website because we were helping them, and we got some people to come in and help build that website. The good part about it is when you have other website or landing pages that you use, or there's other platforms, it's easy to go and update as you have information. And of course, we use it that way as well. So it gives us more flexibility, especially myself. Now you're a little bit more versed in regards to systems and technology and that I am. And we're learning that the long way I am as well. But the idea behind that is there's certain things that should be in place. Now, when we talk about opt-in, we really recommend a double opt-in because if you have a single opt-in, then you could have a lot of spam and so forth. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel the same way. So the difference between a single opt-in is when you go to the web page, now we call it the landing page or opt-in page. You fill out the email address to get that free report, and then the single opt-in is you would immediately get an email and say thank you for registration, right? So and then so the email that you input, you get an immediate response. A double opt-in is where you would get an email back saying, "Hey, is it actually you that subscribed to this website?" Right? Um, so by doing a double opt-in as the website owner, okay, you're actually protecting yourself,
Mhm.
right? Because I can go to this website and pretend I'm Dianne and then fill out her email address, but she has no idea why I even get this report. And then or you're opting in so much that you even forgot about it, and then you say, hey, this is spam, so you would actually report spam. So if more people do the same thing, then your email address is likely going to be we call it blacklisted. So that means everything you send from now on, this email address will likely go to people's spam folder or junk folder, right? Or promo folder, right? So you're not now getting into the inbox of your ideal customer, and you're gonna be losing a lot of communication and potentially sales that way.
Absolutely. And for those who are just joining us, we talk about digital marketing and website versus landing page. It seems to be a very popular topic, even for us, because we do have it. And you know, here's the thing: we have these information based shows. Basically, this is what it is. The experiential moment, but we really want to help you take your life and your business to that level where because you have to remember how you do one thing is how you do everything, as well as your personal life will lead you to your business life. So you got to have certain, you have certain protocol, you have rules, guidelines in your home and your life. It's the same thing you have to have for your business. You have systems, whereas it could be a comparison, maybe like say you have, your electronics, your stove, your laptop, all those things. Those are things in place that you have to help you with your daily life. The same thing is with business. So when people ask us, okay, how come I'm not thriving or I can't, quote someone the high ticket item that you're worth based on the service or product. And that's the other thing. Every industry, either your product or service based, or you could be a combination of both. Just like a restaurant. A restaurant is service, but there's also product, there's food, right? Physical food.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do this? Business models, you got to look at business models and see what everybody else is doing. So you cannot sustain and live only on a website. Is that true, Alan? You have to have other things on the outside to complement. You have That's why you have social media. That's why you have the landing pages. That's why you have courses. You have all this thing to drive it back to here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I truly believe that your website or your or the landing page, right, is really just a portal that's somewhat in the middle, and then you have different, because right now you have this landing page, right? You have this amazing report that you're giving away, 6 steps to make you feel amazing and joyful, right? Everyone wants this report, right? But now it's how do you get people to it, right? Nobody knows about it, right? So now you're gonna use your social media. You're gonna tell people, hey, there's this report that I'm giving away, right? Um, you can put it
Alan,
in your
if I may
yes,
interrupt, let's let a bit more detail. I do have landing pages. I do have the website where I am actually giving away, and I do
yep,
have reports, do it yourself for a very affordable price for sale, where you can actually go and work on these these affirmations, the daily affirmations, setting your goals and so forth. Then there's the other side of it where we do give a gift for free. And why? Because the reality is, and we're not here to hide anything. Yes, you have to double opt in, because once you get that email, you have to now confirm, it's your email address, and you can now download that, whether you purchase it for $7, or there's one that you can get affordable, at no cost, and so forth. So you can do that. The reason why we do it is, first of all, you get to know us, but we have tools that can help you in your daily life as well. People want to purchase the book. If you want to purchase my book, Mrs. Fraud and You can purchase the book. There's also the PDF version. So these are things that you can do. Yes,
yep,
we have your email, but when you double opt in, it's actually the security part of it. In Canada, for example, you should have a double opt in for castles for security. Because if you don't have one, somebody say, I did not do that. That could be the bots. That could be system spamming. And so cyber
exactly.
spamming, whatever you want to call it. So this is what we're talking about here. This is what you do. So if you are a business owner and you're listening to this, I'm really serious about this. You have to look about people ask, well, how do I get visibility? This is how you get visibility. And then you tell people. So I'm telling you right now, we do have, you can check me out at dianneojar.com or the experientialcoach.com. And there's all these different, we have all these different URLs that takes us to different places. So we have that visibility. We're doing the shows. We're talking about this. Get in
Mhm.
front of people's faces.
Yeah.
Get to know who you are. Get to know what it is you want. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you're looking for. And that is what we'll or tell who. If you want to work with someone, ask the question. The next step for that, after, when like Alan said, you arrange a discovery call, if you want to call it that,
Hmm.
or a chat or consultation, and see if there's a fit or what you're looking for. I tell people I am not a business coach or a life coach or a relationship, a sex coach. I am whatever I need to get you to where you need to be, because
Right.
you have to work in all these areas, whether you want to hear it or not. You cannot.
Hmm.
One of the things I learned, Alan, and you had a traditional business as well, and I've had a few. And what I've learned is the fact that I had to work within myself. There was no sugarcoating it. I invested in myself over years and years and years. I have done all of this, and I still continue. And you know this. We continue to work on us in order for us to go forward. Some people will make it in business, and some people are burnt. They got
Hmm.
burnt, or they're burnt out.
Yeah.
They're hurt. There is so much pain, struggle, relationships, family, marriages, everything. You gotta be real about this and say, what are you looking for? You just don't wake up one day and say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I did that. Believe me, that was not the right way. But I'm not saying it's the wrong way either. At least you have the notion. But you have to know there's certain things in place and systems in place. So let's talk about some of the systems that you have in place, because we are working in regards to, now I know you have something that you use called, I'm going to probably say this wrong, the bubble
Mm.
um
Yep.
it's
Mind mapping. Hmm.
your mapping. So you use this as a tool too as well, and you're very famous for using that when you have your clients. So what tell us what it does, because I don't think it's complicated per se. I have never really used it. I've seen it. I haven't gone to there. And then, of course, there's other tools that I'm going to talk about in a minute. Then you have your calendar. You got to get your calendar. I was forced to use the calendar. I was forced to use a calendar, which one we use. And this is what we're looking at. Only because people say, okay, you know, not everybody's going to do it on the phone. This is send me your schedule, your calendar, and we'll pick a time. So some people are very systematic and regimented, and unfortunately, if you're going to play with the big boys, you got to do things like the big boys as well.
Exactly, Diane. So I believe it's all about productivity, and and now that we have more advanced tools now, easily accessible, like you said, Calendly, is a very great tool where people can visit your Calendly link. They can choose the time that you are available, which you preset ahead of time, and people can actually choose those slots to speak with you, right? Before, they would have to contact you and say, "Hey, Deanne, are you available this and time?" And you have to get back to them, right? So there's a lot of different communication that needs to get across for book a session. But with Calendly, you just send a link to them,
Hmm.
they can book a time, and boom, that's it, right? Once that slot is taken, it's taken away from your calendar, and your next client cannot book that slot, right? So we're gonna leverage tools like that, right? For myself, so basically for mind mapping is simply you can actually do it on paper if you want to. It's simply me drawing a circle, and then that's like the big idea, and now I'm gonna split it into, let's say, three other circle, and I keep this circle, I can keep going deeper and deeper. So it's really like a little bubble, like we call it mind
Experiential.
mapping, right? It's like
Experiential.
mapping it out. So at the end of the day, you see lots of different circle, right? But now when you're able to see it, you break it down, right? So let's say you're doing a website, for example, and you want, okay, so this is the end's website, middle. Now you have the first circle could be about us. The second circle could be contact us. Third circle could be services, right? And then could be online store. Now with about us, you can actually break into three little circles. Say, what is the going to talk about, right? So that's how at the end of the day, once you is really transitioning idea from your mind onto either a paper if you want to do it on paper, or you transition under a computer screen, which you have tools like bubbles dot us or something. So there's like
Hmm.
mind mapping tools that you can easily access, right? But at the end of the day, it's really about building out this mind map with clarity to give, so that when you finish this little session, whether it's with a coach or doing it yourself, you can now take this and implement it. Now this is like a mind map where you can give it to your web developer and say, "Hey, this is my blueprint for the website," right?
Absolutely. And this is also, and I want to shout out to Renee as well, and see as I just had him on the screen there for the mind mapping. And it's also for website, they call it different things. It could be a site map, and like you
Mm-hmm.
said, blueprint, because you have to have these things in place.
Yeah,
You have to have these
exactly.
things in place, and you have to have the content to put it in there. The cool thing
Exactly.
about when you do it online in the program is that you don't have to keep crossing it off on the paper. You can
Mm.
actually put it on there, and it's easy to change.
Yes.
So what we're talking about today, and for those who are joining us and then catch us on the replay with Alan and myself, is talking about we wanting to grow this experiential with you. I'm going to keep using this word experiential. And when he is saying exactly, it helps you achieve clarity. Absolutely. Alan is a clarity alignment coach. Depends on which hat he's wearing that day. And this is why he's good at what he does. And we have to have that clarity. We have to have content. We base on here's the thing. We're building this website and we have a map and we pretty much know what we want to do. We don't want to make this site very complicated, and we've established that. But based on that, and we have a lot of content, because you see it. We
Yes.
have a lot of
Yeah.
content. But the other side of that is we're going to pull out and see on those little blocks that we're using what content we need. It could be a paragraph. We also have a bio. We also have the team. We also have the testimonials, but it's also to gain interest. And the website is not to give you your website cannot, or the landing page cannot give you everything.
Hmm.
It's just for you to also say, it's to pique your interest and to have a conversation and say, okay, what are we going to do? We cannot map out and clearly put everything that we do on there because it will get too confusing to
Yeah,
people, because it's
exactly.
not one size fits all. And this
That's
is what
right.
they're saying. That's why we have a few landing pages. That's why we have certain things specific and say, like I had a few landing pages, as you knew, or you know, right? And then I went in and I actually found, I didn't even realize that, like a little mini website where I can put all of them into one instead of sending this link and this link and this link to everybody. So now I just send it to one link. And when you go in there, you're going to see, and I can keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. This
Yeah.
way I can keep track of who buys what, who's been there, and so forth.
Hmm.
So this is what we're talking about. I know there's a lot of information we just said there, so go back and check this out. If you have any questions, please do connect with us.
Yeah, I
I'll be
believe the clarity is definitely power, and the reason why landing page is so important is because you can actually focus on your specific demographic. So you can literally, I'll give you an example. You can literally, you know, have the same messaging, but you can have three different landing page, all giving away the same report, but you're talking to the people differently. So imagine the first landing page say, attention students, are you feeling burnt out from exams, and would you like to be more productive, and end procrastination? I mean, if a student sees that, is super targeted. You're talking about students, you're talking about exam, and now you can actually position this landing page to where students hang out. Rather, you're doing a Facebook ad that focusing on student, you're putting it out on student network, Facebook group, our students. And now let's say the other group could be attention, let's say those who are
a
just
single mom,
getting
a single
started.
parent, a
Single mom,
single,
exactly. Single mom. Imagine that
looking for business,
that
looking
landing
for
page.
business.
Yeah, exactly. So the messaging is so important. Let's say if you were to cast all this big net and say, attention everybody, and download this. Yes, I mean there will be people that would bite, but you don't know who. You're lucky, then yes. But if your message is so targeted, if you are actually wanted, let's say, actually, yeah, single mom who are between the age of 25 to this, because on your Facebook ad, you can actually target demographically. So the more narrower you get, the language that you put on the landing page is different. You could be giving away the same report, because at the end of the day, that report is about teaching people how to become more happier, how to become more productive. But productivity can be used so many ways. It could be a productivity can be used for entrepreneur, who are like us, that can be more productive. It could be used for um, those who are employees that want to become more productive in their job, or productive in terms of helping those who are who are students become more productive so they can get higher marks and more in their exam. So that's already like 3 4 markets, right, that you can actually position this the same thing but reposition it, sorry, in the messaging, and on your landing page you actually speak to the audience, right? Or you could create a video, say, hello students, are you struggling with productivity, and you're not able to maximize your marks on exam? Because, so I mean, that is so targeted, right? When a student listen to that, they're gonna resonate. Yes, I do need this tip for my upcoming exam, right? I do need this for getting higher marks, right?
But that's what we did
So
for that's what we did for the men's group, the men Facebook
yeah,
page.
exactly.
We did put a post out there. So if you're feeling like this, this is a safe space. This is not a space for people to sell anybody anything. It's a resourceful space, but men are looking for somewhere they can. We want the men to start opening up. That's the first thing. But first of all, you got to build the trust and the confidence until they feel confident to open up. That's the
Exactly.
hardest thing for anybody to do, whether it be a parent, whether it be especially now with the young youth. It's incredible when you're in school. When I was going to school in my young days, it was different. I knew the things I would not even speak about, but now it's even worse where the children have, the young people, I should say, not children, they're all children to me, have a lot of liberty, and they have a lot more freedom and freedom of speech. You couldn't do those things when I was growing up. So, but here's what the issue is: those the youth then, who is now more an adult, are going through different issues
Yeah.
because we were told not to speak when you're spoken to, and it was different for men and it was different for women. So we did put something out there specifically for men,
Hmm.
saying if you're feeling like this, here's a space for you. It's a resource.
Yeah.
Within that
Very targeted.
Facebook page now, we're going
Hmm.
to have other resources where we can put PDFs, we can put videos, and we have people coming to do yoga and singing bowls, and if they anybody else who wants to do some. So we're targeting for that niche because we want to reach out, and it's also an association with an well, not association, sponsored by and supported by, I should say, more or less, by an international men's in Canada, but that's neither here nor there. So we're saying this, here we are, we have a credible space where you can be yourself, and the theme or this behind it is lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Carry on. I may have messed up the
Hmm.
words there, but you understand what I'm saying. So that's what it is. So we're targeting, we physically have that right now.
Yes.
And that's what we're targeting. The same thing how you do in personal, the same way you do it in business. This is where you develop friendships. This is where you develop all these things. So all we're saying is just know who you want to talk to, who
Yeah.
your audience is. This is what we're doing. I do 4 shows more or less every week on one day. Why one
Hmm.
day? It's easier for one day. But why 4 shows? The shows are similar but yet different. We have the Dianne show. The Dianne show, we have different themes. We'll have spiritual, we have business people coming on. We can talk about, the game changers, all that cool stuff. Then we have the real questions with answers where really and truly people are asking these questions.
Mm.
And some of the questions I take it to the other shows as well, because they came up and they said, I have these questions. And two of the questions today was one, how do I'm a dog breeder. How do I, promote on Facebook? And the other one
Mm.
was something else on social media. And it's the same question, but different
Yeah.
ways. So this is what we're doing. We're answering the questions. This one, we're talking about how do we help you take your business to where it needs to be experientially by
Hmm.
putting the systems and everything in place. But you got to start with you. And we're going to start
Exactly.
the other show. It's going to be the other show is we're talking about you and how you feel and building your confidence in a very unique topic. Um, you know, bringing back the sexy in you, because you have to look at all these things and say if you're not comfortable within yourself, people are going to see through that. So what we're saying is these are like landing pages, except it's a
Exactly.
little bit more detail. But
Yeah.
these are like landing pages. We're all looking at who can we can work with, who is looking for some information. But this is what it is. This is another way. Alan talked about doing a vlog or a video. This is, yes, we just
Hmm.
happen to do the show, and anybody could do this. I've been telling everybody this. Anybody can do this. So people will get to see us on different, from different angles and say, hmm, I like that. I don't like that. Or maybe I need more information. And this is what it is. We're not here to say anything.
Yeah. And I think one of the thing that we know after speaking to a lot of students, I think one thing that is
Because you
holding them
work with
back.
students. Sorry, by the way, you do mentor students at one of the colleges here as well, helping
Yeah,
them through this as well,
I
right?
do. Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, but regardless of a student from college and then the students that we work with in our space,
Mhm.
the biggest holdback for them is that once somebody gets started, it's so overwhelming, right? Where do I even start, right? So that's why we go back to the basic, and we through a session, we actually help you dig out, why are you even doing this in the first place, right? And then we go back to getting you clarity. and now we kind of extract information as to who would you love to work with, right? And what are you really good at, right? And then we
What's not
go
working?
into
What's not working for you, and
what's
what's
not
working?
working. Yeah. And
You
then
know,
we help you develop that story within you, right? Because the story is gonna make is we call it a hero story, right? Where you came from, right? And then you hit this challenge, right? And then you gone through this transformation. Now you're totally a new person, and now you have this passion to help change the world. All right. So we help you build a story. And this story, you can take it wherever you go, right? This story
but it
could be
doesn't
on your
happen
landing
overnight.
page,
It does not
right?
happen overnight.
It doesn't happen
That
overnight,
story.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
And this story, your target market, why are you doing it? And then once we develop this whole thing, now we can transition that into your landing page, and then we start. That's how you would grow and actually build up that business, right? From your landing page to the thank you page, like we talk about, and helping booking people into your complimentary session, and from there getting them into recurring sessions that they would pay you, or getting them into your coaching program or the one-on-one group coaching, whatever it is. But it all starts with people connecting with you on a personal level, and how they resonate by looking at your landing page. The headline caught their attention, the bullet points caught their attention, right? The video catches their attention, right? So it all comes to that, and that's how we would break it down with for you into a digestible way and give you that plan. Here's all these different component. Now let's kind of fit it together and build this blocks, right? And then we can go into the different landing page software, whether it's ClickFunnels, Clicksly, WordPress. These are just technology that funnel or build these blocks, right? So there's it feels like overwhelming, but it's really not. Is once you get clarity into what is it, all these different component, then you can transition that into the landing page, into your business, into your sessions, right? And that's what Deanne and I do to give you that clarity, so that you can execute that. If not, you will never get started because it's so much stuff, right?
It is. I know, even our website, we're building, rebranding that website, and not to take away from the other ones that we have. Yes, there's always, just things just happen. And I believe everything happens for a reason. But, and, when you're on schedule, you want to be on schedule. And sometimes like, oh, I know why this was on hold for a moment. And I know one of the things I've learned, take pictures along the way to tell the story. When I did one of the intros, I didn't think anybody was going to like it. I put a picture when I found out I was like 18, and then another picture or whatever, and they were like, yeah, because you can see where I came from. And I took different pictures from different parts of my life, and who I've been with or associated with or bumped into, and that tells the story. That tells a story. So please, I urge you to keep and document these stories and these pictures, because you may need it down the road to prove. Here's one of the things I don't do, and I'm not here to impress anyone whatsoever, but I've been around. And I don't put and I probably should. I've been on Rogers, I've been on CCTV, I've actually replaced Pooja in one of the big events, and from so forth, and all these things I've done all over the world, and I don't really put it there. But here's the thing: it becomes part of your story, and there's going to be a point in time when it's going to work for you. I'm not kidding you about that. I just haven't used it yet. One day I was looking, and I was like, whoa, did I do all these things? Because I didn't think about it. I don't think about it. But some people I know, they use it in their marketing constantly. Even the 2 awards we just got, I just like, okay, I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. So what we're saying right now is, just to wrap this up, there's a lot of information here, is that yes, you do need to have a system in place. If you don't know where to start with at least a giveaway landing page. Alan, maybe you should continue and just give them, wrap this up here and give them some pointers.
Yeah, I know that Deanne, you use a platform called Convertkit, right? So Convertkit actually, you can spell it out for the viewers. Convertkit, I believe it's spelled Convertkit. So basically, they are
That's
an email
correct.
platform. They're an email platform, and they actually have built-in landing page where you can actually build out your page,
For
and
free.
it's actually free. It's free, right? So free until you hit like 2,000 subscribers or something. That's where you start paying. So that's like the best way to even get started without even having a website, without getting a WordPress website and all that stuff that you don't want to do. And simply go to Canva, right? Canva.com, canva.com, and use one of the template to create a little graphic, right? If it's a free report you're giving out, you can create a little graphic.
And
And
they
then
have
you can,
website now. Sorry. They also, you can do websites. When I did the
yeah,
website, you can actually do
absolutely.
website now as well.
Exactly. Yeah,
Let's
and then for the giveaway, there's two options. One is actually open up your Word document, put out like a one-page report or even like 6 steps, whatever it is, right? 6 steps to living your best life, or 6 steps to eat better, right? 6 steps to lose weight, 6 steps to end procrastination, whatever it is. Let's say 6 steps, for example, and then you would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, put some bullet points. That could be just a giveaway. Or you can do a video. You would use your phone, use your webcam on Zoom. You would record a video, say, hey, welcome everybody. This will be a 6 step video training session to show you how to create a landing page. Right? So I'm gonna now talk about the 6 steps, right? Number one is going to this website to just sign up for a platform. Then you would go into here. So I'll actually show them if you want to do that. Do a Zoom video and show them how to do it. That's a giveaway. Now you would so now this would go in the thank you page, and then the landing page will be simply, do you want to learn how to create the 6 step process to creating a landing page, right? And I would you go to Canva, create a little graphic, and then the call to action is uh, fill up your information, fill up your email address to gain access to this 6 step training. It's a 6 step training video on creating an amazing landing page to get so that you can get more leads and clients. And boom,
excellent.
people fill out, and that's it. And that's your little funnel right there. And in the thank you page, you put your video. And then another thing you could do is also invite people to um, register or go to your Calendly link to book a session with you. Once they see your video, they know you're an expert, they know what you're talking about. That's your 2 page landing page process to build a business.
Oh, here's the funny thing. I did it. So if I did it, they can do it. And for anyone out there, we also talk about soul marketing. And we're not going to talk about soul marketing today, but that's a whole nother story in regards to how really and truly that just really defines everything on a different level for you and put things in perspective. And I do have a free complimentary, we don't really use the word free, complimentary, um, simple 5 steps into soul marketing. And if you want that, message me
Amazing.
or put a comment here. You've seen it, Alan.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
about soul marketing. That's a whole nother
Yeah.
story. So definitely, and that's something we probably might be speaking about next time. And what we would like to do is, why don't you tell them about anyone who wants to come and we can look at their business and be in a highlight or hotspot, whatever you want to call it. Invite everybody out who would like to be part of that.
Yeah, so we want to get a new segment going. Is those who want to actually come on live with Dianne and myself, we will actually give you that mini coaching session right on the spot. We'll actually help you dig up your why, why you're doing this, potentially some of the target market that you could purpose your business, your story, right, and some ideas is how you can um, grow that story into collecting email address opt-in and sessions, to get complimentary session to get actual client, right? So if those who are interested, feel free to email Deanne or myself. So Deanne emails right there, info@theexperientialcoach.com. So email her and we can set something up where you can come on. You'll be in the hot seat, but you'll
Yeah.
walk out that session with clarity.
Well, thank you. And of course, you could always put in the comments there and then share it. But here's what's going to happen is that we're not going to cover everything. We're going to pick one or two areas and, really make sure that time dedicated is going to be beneficial to you. So come with an open mind, come, with one of your biggest, hardest problems, that why you get, you can't sleep at night, the painful hurt, and it could actually be have nothing to do with their business. It could actually be about you. That's where it starts. So we want to do the business, but it starts somewhere. So if that is you, please put in the comment and please share it. So, Alan, I want to say thank you so much for being with us, and for those who joined
Thank
us,
you,
thank
Dian.
you so much, for the support. And there's so much to talk about here because we want to talk about how we can help you grow your business. I'm going to say the word experientially because that's what we want to do. We want to work together, we want to grow with you, and we would like to share what we know because by sharing, we're also learning, and that's what happens. So, Alan, why don't you say, why wouldn't you say the last few words you would like to say to our lovely audience here before we
Yeah,
say bye?
absolutely. It's the only wisdom I can perhaps share is if you have a business or if you're already starting out and you're overwhelmed, like don't give up. Okay, don't give up. Is because you just don't have that clarity yet, right? So rather, you go ahead and do a mind mapping for yourself, really map it out, right? Give yourself clarity, or you contact Deanne and myself so that you can actually purpose your story in onto the internet and resonate with your specific target market, right? And then you will see the result that you would want, right? So it's baby steps, but you will give you more clarity and more actionable steps to pursue this business.
Absolutely. And we do have a workbook, which is the 5W workbook that people would like to get that and start working from there. That's available as well. So, what I want to say, thank you so much, Alan. Thank you for everyone
Thank
else.
you.
If you found this value, has any value whatsoever, maybe it's a nugget, maybe it didn't resonate with you, who knows? But I was going to say that do put a comment or two, and if you what you want us to know about, what you would like us to talk about, what it is, you're very welcome, Renee. Thank you so much for being there. And I want to say, you know somebody's going to have dinner just now. But I want to say thank everyone for being with us always, and we want to let you know that we do appreciate you, and we really want to help as best as we can. So thank you, Alan. Thank you, everyone. And until next time on the experiential moment, this is Dianne and Alan saying, have a awesome, awesome evening, day, morning, wherever you are, and all the success to you and your business. Take
Thank
care.
you, everyone. See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye bye.